Hey, this is Kuro Inu. I just read One Piece chapter 746, and Dressrosa is in utter chaos, and I'm just like, I'm still, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that Doflamingo has so much control on this island. Everybody's wreaking havoc. People's neighbors, people's best friends, the Marines, the Navy, the revolutionaries. No one, he said, no one can call home. No one can stop this. He's like, either you kill me, and I'm thinking like, well, no one's gonna try to kill you. That's pretty hard to do. Or you kill the 12 people I named. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much easier for the 12 people you named to catch it. And this is going on. Admiral Fujitora is just sitting there. I'm just like, how's he remaining so calm? Or maybe he's like one of those relaxed dudes that's pretty good at hiding his anger or something like that. But turns out were the people named were let me see, Rebecca, Rebecca, Robin, Frankie, um, Zora, Kuros, Violet or Viola, whatever her name is, Kinemon, Usopp, Luffy, Law, King Riku. I'm trying to figure out who else I'm leaving out. Who else am I leaving out? Oh man, who else am I leaving out here? Hmm. Seriously, who else am I leaving out? Hmm. Oh yeah, and Sabo. Sabo. How could I forget Sabo? The dude's like really strong, and he's giving everyone 100 billion berries for each star. Each all 12 of them have a certain star rating, and each star is worth a billion, 100 billion berries. So that means all the 1 star ones, when you catch them, you get 100 billion berries. And the most funniest part was Usopp got 500 billion berries. Usopp was like, thank God they didn't notice me. Then his face was on there, and his nickname was God. I'm like, but he finally did it. He finally became God. It's like the new Enel of sorts. But 500 billion berries now. He's worth more than Luffy at right now. Currently in this situation, he's worth more than Luffy. And all the people that were supposed to be his friends turned on him. Bartolomeo is fanboying out here. He's fanboying, wanting to be Robin's slave, fanboying at Usopp, literally everything. Sabo's like, they know I'm here? Then everybody's like, how could they not know you're here? I'm just like, wow. Then Admiral Fujitora created like this, it seemed like he created like this energy field around his feet or something. Maybe he's using Devil Fruit. And him and Vice Admiral, but still, they was wondering what to do. They was like, we can't capture Doflamingo. We have to focus on the Straw Hats. Um, and then Admiral Bestow was like, Admiral Fujitora, you can calm these people down, hold them down or something. I'm like, well, he does have the ability to do that. I'm like, he is an admiral. I mean, come on. And then, like the way he hold it down while with the gravity. Maybe some. I'm just assuming he's admiral level here. What's to say that he can't just use a island-wide gravity thing to hold most of the people down, most of the civilians, most of the lower-ranking people, to prevent them from causing damage or destruction? Who's to say? But as for that, Doflamingo is pretty. He has a pretty good idea. He has a pretty good thing going on here. Everybody's trying to hunt down people. Um, Luffy is trying to promise that he's gonna kick Doflamingo's butt. Rebecca was wondering who her father was. Luffy was like, he's that bronze statue dude. He's an awesome man. And then he's like, I promise I won't let him down. I'm gonna kick Doflamingo's butt. And Law's like, you can't kill him. You can't kill him. We need him alive in order for Kaido, in order for him to fight with Kaido. And then like he was like, Luffy, Luffy was like, what? He was like, if you kill Doflamingo, Kaido's wrath will be unleashed on the rest of us. And I'm just like, wow. So Law's plan this whole time was to, while screwing over Doflamingo, he wanted to make sure that Kaido's wrath would not fall upon anyone or himself. So Doflamingo is going to be a scapegoat in this whole situation. You're going to let Doflamingo get beat up. Then everyone else jumps over Doflamingo getting utterly destroyed by Kaido and just escapes. I mean, it's brutal and ingenious, but Luffy was like, yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that later. And they just all, Luffy grabbed Zoro and he grabbed Law, and he just jumped right into the little, he just jumped. I'm just like, wow. I mean, a lot of stuff is going on here, and I'm just like a lot of stuff. And the same people that worship him, same people that worship Usopp, are now trying to turn him in and hunt him down. I'm just like, that's low down. But it's 500 billion bears. I would be set for life if that was $500 billion. I'd probably turn in just about anyone you want me to. I probably would just about do almost about anything. I'd hunt down anyone for freaking $500 billion. Anyone except my mom and like my close family. I mean, come on. You have to have a price sometime. But I kind of understand why Usopp got a higher bounty than everyone else. I mean, come on. He knocked out Sugar. And although he did probably unintentionally with his creepy face, but he knocked out Sugar. He awoken everyone. I mean, he made everyone return to their human forms. Everyone remembered the people that used to be toys. It's probably got to be the most biggest dent in Doflamingo's plan. That's why Doflamingo's like the man that pissed me off the most. Because I'm like, Doflamingo would have still, it wouldn't have mattered how much Luffy was fighting him or how much Kuros or Kairos was fighting him or whatever. It wouldn't have mattered. Because the fact is, everyone's still a toy. Everything's going fine. But the fact that now everyone's not a toy, people remember now, and yeah, that's what kind of screwed Doflamingo's whole plan into Birdcage. That's what made it have to go into Birdcage. It wasn't the fact that they got decapitated. It wasn't the fact that Luffy was there. It was the fact that everyone started remembering, and they started knowing the dark secrets. And I'm just wondering what's going to happen this next chapter. It's obvious that, like Admiral Fujitora said, we can't take down Doflamingo. I'm literally surprised. You have the evidence. He's on the screen saying most people are going to die. He is obviously controlling them, but you still can't arrest him? No. If this was Admiral Sakazuki, if he was still Admiral in this situation, he would have just destroyed the whole island. Probably tried to kill Doflamingo regardless of duties or missions or whatever. And probably former Admiral Kuzan, they would have probably went together and they both wanted to let it stand. Now, Admiral Kizaru or Borsalino, that's an if. That's an iffy. Because he is random. He is randomly random. He follows some days just in a whole different level. You have Sakazuki, thorough justice. You have Kuzan, lazy justice. You have Borsalino, unclear justice. You have Fujitora, blind justice or something. You have Borsalino wouldn't even go into this thing. He would just be like lazy, probably blitzing people just because they walk up against him. Borsalino wouldn't even be suited for that type of mission. He would just be like, he'd just be that one person you want to go in there and just beat up people irregardless. I really am interested in figure out who it's gonna happen, because a lot of people in the village was like, maybe we can take Doflamingo's head. Then there's like, no, we have to deal with the 2,000 Doflamingo family members. Then we have to deal with Doflamingo. Then we have, and all that is like too much of a hassle. And like, we might as well just capture these 12 people. We don't even have to kill them. We just have to capture them, and we will get money at the same time. I'm just like, ooh, Doflamingo. It looks like nobody's gonna step up and take his head. No one. I mean, I don't even think it's gonna be that easy for Luffy to get to Doflamingo. Luffy just thinks he can jump, then boom, right in front of Doflamingo. It's not the case. I think in these next few chapters, Luffy's gonna be fighting some very strong people that used to be in the Coliseum. And I just wonder. And we have to wonder about Cavendish here. Cavendish sleeping, Hakuba blitzing everyone, Rommel's whirlwind knocked out everyone in his block except Rebecca. He's a beast. Now the fact that he's in human form now and there's bounties to be taken, I wouldn't put it past him to try to kill Luffy out. And there's nothing stopping him. Maybe some other people, but they're working together now. Although I don't think he's going to work together with no one. He can possibly... He's no longer in the Coliseum. It's no longer last one standing rules. Which means that him falling asleep, going Hakuba mode, and blitzing everyone is perfectly fine. It's perfectly legal, perfectly fine, and he can pretty much kill anyone he wants. That's evil and brilliant. Kurorino out. I just thought this chapter was amazing. I really want to see some fights from like the former Coliseum fighters, because we didn't get to see what most of them could do. I'm still wondering what Jesus Verghese is doing right now. We haven't even seen any sign of him yet. I really don't know. He's probably like beating up a whole bunch of people, throwing buildings like he used to. We don't know. Maybe Surge elbowing through a couple of houses. We don't know. Kurorino out.